Welcome back to episode 28, turn 55 of this Hinnom multiplayer series. Had to take a bit of a break from recording for the last few weeks, but getting back to it now, so excited to get to it. Let's see, so last episode we were pushing for an offensive on Atlantis as one of the main objectives that I recall, so yeah, you can see we have a lot of Atlantis battles, a couple battles on us. Let's look at the ritual phase stuff first. So for mine hunting, we killed Goryangi. No clue who that was. Hopefully it's probably a high value target. Second mine hunt failed. I will say this name looks like it's a blood summon, but it could also be an Atlantis dude. Third mine hunt. Maybe a scout name, Atlantis name. It's in that same province as this one that failed, and okay, it's on all three. All three mine hunts were on the same province, so let's take a look. Okay, those are indies. Okay, so it was a that's not Atlantis. I think there was an Atlantis thug here last turn, so the mine hunts must have killed one or some of them. Maybe there were scouts here as well that got hit. And then Marverni attacked Atlantis, or he got there first. I'm not really sure. Yeah, so any other ritual stuff? No, we got Evocation 9. Cool. Is there anything important in Evocation 9? We are getting flames from the sky, I believe. Yeah. So this is one of the big impactful army killing rituals in the game. Basically it targets half the enemies in a province. I think it's one nation that it hits, or targets one nation, and it hits about half of the units of that nation. So it does 15 armor piercing damage. It's a heavy investment at 30 fire gems, but you know, a human with no armor is going to die to this pretty easily. Of course, you know, a lot of infantry have some armor, but this would be good for killing mages. So like we're eyeballing, you know, like Arco, Sauromatia, and Baratos as possible targets on that. We do have a good fire bank. Do we still have the global? No. I think we're prioritizing at this point to keep a reserve of fire gems for fires from afar, was it? Already forgot the name. Flames from the sky. So we're kind of we're trying to be ready for someone turning to attack us. This there's this huge Arco stack here. Sauromatia is pretty undamaged. Yeah. I think he did do some back and forth trading on Marverni. But for the most part, he has the potential to roll in with, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 mages and one giant death ball, and bunch of sacreds and troops with it. We don't have good scouting to know what he's doing, but we do know his lands are covered in wolves, so he's heavily invested in blood hunting. Yeah, so let's hopefully I didn't spoil the map too much for you. So a horror attacked us. Excuse me, is this a horror mark? No. This looks like an assassination. The battlefield's too big for an assassination, so this is just a Zend horror ritual attack from Baratos. I think we need these info stuffs on. Yep. So this Gore-Tide horror is pretty nasty. It's ethereal, 50% regeneration, resistances to weapons, fire resistance, cold resistance, poison resistance, fear aura, plague carrier, void sanity. It's pretty scary. Did I win this fight? How did I... Okay. Oh, are these Dawn Guard? Yeah. So we're doing body ethereal, but he's got a magic attack that's armor negating, and it's AoE 1. Wow. That's scary. 19 armor negating damage. Oh, magic resistance negates. Let's just speed it up. Got some mind burns. Some more body ethereals. Mage fatigued out, so now the commander, so we gotta paralyze. 26 turn paralyzed, so I think the plague diseases us. Everyone retreats. Okay. Looks like it's pretty similar to what happened in the real game, I guess. Where was that? Was that on a fort? Can he target a fort? I guess he can target his own fort. With that, it's a neutral monster, not a friendly monster. Friendly monsters spawn inside the fort, so that's what I was thinking. Right, so have Baratos attacking into us. This is a little wasteland south of his capital. Looks like what you call it, birds. So since recording this and the last batch of episodes, there's been another major update. One of them's that they altered Blackhawks to have this dive attack. I think before they just had dual talent hacks. But this gives, I think, a bit more upfront damage than the old Blackhawk style. It's a single attack, I believe. Yeah, it can only be used once each battle. I don't remember them only having 5 siege strength, or 5 strength. Or 5 HP. Okay, so next up we're attacking into Atlantis. Guess at this point I can say that I'm so far behind on recording the series that I think I'm approaching a year since the game finished, so slow process getting through this for me, but we're getting there. 1 PD, we're just gonna smack them. This is a great example of like my light commitment raiding force wall. Not light commitment since I'm using a very expensive Dawn Guard, but like, it's 10 troops, 1 mage. You know, mage is doing really strong buffs. He's doing Earth Power, Legions of Steel, Strength of Giants. Excuse me, sorry. So these become some super tough Dawn Guard with good ability to kill medium prot thugs. I'm not sure if it can handle a Atlantis thug yet, but you know, it's a little scary for Atlantis to fight these guys. Certainly like a Sauromatia Sacred, like one of the Blizzard, what are they called? Amazon mounted ladies with like Nature 1, Water 1. Those Dawn Guard would likely have a decent chance at winning. Atlantis is attacking us. This is on top of the throne. So he has 1 commander. Ball of troops. Couple mixed in sacreds, and mostly, I think these are out of cap. Warriors of the Deep, so I think we just have 1 PD, yeah. Okay. We are attacking into Marverni and Wick. We have a Fire Melqart. So we're doing like Phoenix Pyre first, so we don't get killed by some random one-shot thing and just lose out the battle. Then we're doing Blessing and Fire Shield. Pretty normal script. I will say I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the quickness boots or the stone bird. We also don't necessarily need the Ring of Regeneration. This is a kind of a mix of, what do I want to say, like a mix of goals and gear. So we have like the Vine Shield, which is like anti-troops to like reduce harassment penalties. We have Firebrand, which is a bit of AoE, but it's armor piercing, so good versus thugs. No, just good armor. Quickness makes him attack twice as much. Also, he fatigues out faster, and he does not have enough fatigue or reinvigoration to not fatigue out, which is anti-synergy with Phoenix Pyre. Stone Bird's okay. It gives some repel checks on shitty troops. But Firebrand and Vine Shield I think is enough for that. We might be, I think I might have been trying to play with a repel build a little bit, but I think this isn't the right gear for that. Not with like a quickness boots regen ring. Regen ring's also not that great on Phoenix Pyre guy. If someone's gonna kill him, this probably won't make enough of a difference. So I don't know. Slap some burps. Cool. Next fight. Ooh, we get smashed. We're using Clayman to try to clear the fort. It's got a little bit of gear on this. I think it's it's a nature summon commander. So we're doing aim. That's not useful. Lightning bolt. Not a good script. should have the gems to do air elemental. That would have been much better. Not sure if there's any other air spells I could be doing. But a couple air elementals would have done much better here then. And the clay troops aren't that good on their own. So I don't know, that's kind of a waste from me. Next up, we're fighting Atlantis. Got a thug. This is a much more anti-thug kit, except we don't have an armor-piercing weapon, so... it's important to have armor-piercing weapons when you're fighting thugs with high prot. So this guy's doing 32 damage, but if they have 25 protection, this is only doing like, 7 damage, plus the slashing bonus. So it's not a lot, but if it was armor piercing, it'd be ignoring half of that protection. So it'd be, what, like 13 additional damage, so what, 13 plus 7? About 20 damage a hit, which is far more efficient. And it helps it from turning into a slap fight where they just regenerate each other's damage. So, kind of standard script here, we're just gonna smash some fish. Hey, and they run. I guess we can just look at this so we kill some more PD. Oh, that's a battle. Okay, this is the big battle of the turn. We're coming on to this Atlantis fort. I was checking the last episode I did. I was wondering why I didn't include most of my mages in this fight. I think I might have been trying to greed for more research, maybe, or trying to be careful. I'm not sure. Anyways, we see a small squad of troops out of him, and we see a king of the deeper earth, which is an elemental earth. That's a weird name. I don't recall it being that. So this is looking like an anti-troops build. Firebrand, so he does have some damage against high prot as well. Vine shield, pretty standard. Dragon helmet for head protection. The fire resistance is good for my fire mages. Hydra skin armor for more regeneration. I think like an armor of knights would be better here. But he does have very high base HP to regenerate, so I don't know. Magic resist amulet, that's good. Another regen. So I'm not sure if I have the tools to kill him in this army. These Horites do 28 damage, right? He's gonna buff up to like high 20s prot, maybe 30. So these Horites are going to struggle to hit him. These Dawn Guard definitely don't have good damage output, and Corpse Constructs are pretty trash for fighting. What we do have here is a communion of Astral Mages. Anything else? Firestorm, I think. Anti-magic, I'm presuming. Regeneration. Mass regeneration, at least. Alright, so we're spamming Soul Slay. So I think my thinking was he was going to use his monolith to patrol here, so I was going to just spam Soul Slay. It's not bad if you're... not a bad idea by me. I don't disagree with it. He's doing a quick iron will cast though, so he's 26 magic resistance. I think that's well below 1% chance to get him with the Soul Slay at that level of magic resistance. We did Army of Gold, it sounded like. Yeah. So Soul Slays are targeting the troops, not the thug. Okay, now we're targeting the thug. But we're gonna struggle to get a kill on him. His magic resistance is so high. The chances to successfully get it is... I think it's gonna be a long fight of watching us bash on this guy. He's also got, Atlantis had a fluffer do body ethereal on him as well, so... Horites are pretty much the only troop that have a chance to kill him, but without magic weapons they're gonna miss a lot. Also the Vine Shield's gonna tie them up. Spamming Paralyze. Okay. I think you still need to pass a roll to successfully paralyze, it looks like. We're seeing 39 HP. 11 damage there, 2 damage, 1. So even with body ethereal blocking 1 or 3/4 of the attacks, Horites are doing some ship damage, but not close to enough. Mind Burn, Soul Slay. Out of the Astral Mages. Little awkward to speak over the Soul Slay sound effect, but so eventually, if the battle goes long enough, we do have the chance to eventually get this guy. We do see the Horites did smash his shield to bits in this version of the battle, so that's cool. What's our communion? We have 4 slaves. So we're okay on fatigue, even despite how long we've been at it. But like, if this is a 50 turn battle, we do have a chance to kill this guy. And we pop him. Let's see if we can find him in the report. Yes. So you see here, after getting wailed at by Horites forever, Ami hits him with a Soul Slay for 1000 damage. Penetration with a good crit roll. We pass his magic resistance roll and we get him. So that is like less than 1% chance to do that. I think it's less than 0.5% of chance to do that. So we succeeded in this version. Let's see if it did in the real version of the game. It didn't. So I think in the real version of the fight here, when it original version might be a better word. I think we were getting chip damage on him somehow, and it caused a morale rout out of him, and he ran off the field. Or it could have been, I guess, since we have guys retreating, it timed out and we both retreated. Most of our forces conquered it, so I think we had like someone at, like our communion slave sitting at 200 fatigue in the battle, not able to run. So he won the battle through the timer. Next fight we have 2 Melqarts swapping some junk. Let's see if there's anything special here. An anti-thug kit, anti-troop kit. This is auto-cast lightning bolt helmet, auto-cast shocking grasp, so 3 attacks a turn out of this build, plus quickness, so a bonus 1 out of the brand, so 4 total attacks. So this is a very strong anti-thug kit. Wow, he even has an heroic endurance, so that's great on this guy. So I think with Blessing and Earth Power, this guy gets well above maybe like 10, 12 Invigoration. Let's see. 10. Right. So he's probably fatigue neutral. Oh, this guy, Astral, is he just body ethereal? Yep. So Fluffer, these 2 Melqarts. Presuming we were expecting to fight some thugs here. So you can see that single lightning, or that single blast is lightning bolt. That was lightning bolt. That was... Okay, well, if you scroll back like 10 seconds in the video, you can see like a wider arc, and that's the shocking grasp effect. Next battle, do raid for 1 PD. Next battle, Atlantis raids us with the thug. I think this guy's been wandering through our lands for a while. Yep. No way we win this. Take back an empty province and a couple events, 2 gems, minus Dominion, 7 gems. We're under siege in 2 places, and we're sieging 2 places, but we don't have the troops to do the damage. And this turn, Marverni dies. So I guess we took his last province. He didn't control this one, so he turned indie with these troops. Alright, well, that's a rip to Marverni. Struggled a long time and kept some pressure on after he was pretty much dead, so cool on him. It does mean his candles pop out of existence, so we can see Atlantis or Arco is pushing in on this side a bit. We have the chance to fill in here. And we're preaching. We have... I think this was the item we won in the arena way back. Using that to help preach. So what are we doing? I guess on this left front, who's coming here? Guess we're doing some site searching now. We're not actually hostile with Sauromatia or Arco at this moment. We're raiding here. Who's moving up here? Patrollers moving up here. This guy's coming to clear this fort. Okay, so not much going on for the left side. Let's focus on this side now. So yeah, it looks like 3 communion mages were sleeping in the battle here, and we won it through that. Moss dies. Mute. Yeah. Fairy mages aren't moving. Alright, so what do we have? Well, this is where some of our troops ended up. We also were doing raiding here, and some deeper raiding here. We're trying to put pressure on these lands that Atlantis has that's kind of away from the front for him. Should also signal weakness to Sauromatia. For him to see us raiding this. Maybe he'll jump Atlantis and take this coast, since Atlantis isn't able to put on a good showing of holding it if I'm able to raid it. Alright, so what do we have coming on this fort? We have the troops coming back, we have Army of Blood, that's it. We have an anti-thug Melqart with heroic endurance. I think we just saw him. A whole lot of XP stars. Okay, we have an air mage doing Gift of Flight. Okay, so importantly, we know that his pretender cannot move out to attack outside of this fort, but it is inside of it. So we're expecting the, what do you call it? King of the Deep guy to come out to fight us again, try to clear it. But this isn't a good setup if he comes out with troops, so it's risky. It's also not a lot of siege chaff to work down the walls yet. Yeah, so we're coming on here with some troops. A thug. Where are these troops coming from? Here? Nope. They're coming out from inside the fort. Anything else? Doing some raiding here. So the problem with this is we don't have enough siege power to threaten this fort for a little while. It's 500 wall integrity. Is that normal for Atlantis? It's 250. Wonder if that's fully upgraded. It's a lot of wall defense, I don't know. Nice sight. But our main goal right now in the game is to... So Atlantis is our biggest threat, so we're trying to work him down and to get good positioning on him. And I think the best way for us to do that at the moment is to take control of this province. And if we take control of this fort, means that it's really hard for him to attack into our land deeply anymore. If he comes on this fort, then we can just try to fight him here. If he moves out of it, then we can do teleport anti-thugging. So by taking this fort, it's really securing our core territory in the rest and our original lands. Our left side's still a little in flux with the Marverni War going on so long. Atlantis does have a sizable little army here that could threaten this fort cluster, as well as this Arco stack, so yeah. For recruitment, doing Dawn Guards over here. Over here, Dawn Guards, up here, nothing. So, I guess looking back at the game, what I'd like to see now is to recharge on Horites. Not these ones, these ones. They're resource cheap, so we just need a whole lot of gold to dump into it. But I can see, like, we can easily do that. We're not even close to using up the resources in this rust fort. Right? Yeah, we do like 30 resources get like 10, 15 troops. So yeah, we could like recruit 50, 100 Horites, something like that. Probably close to 100 Horites in this fort. Well, we can just count. What's the resources divided by 2? It's 90? Yeah, 90 Horites. If we just put the gold into it, and with 90 Horites, this would be a lot faster to siege down. So yeah, I'm not a fan of my past self not making use of that. Yeah, I guess we're still researching here. On this front, who's walking here? One of these guys just walking over. The front on Baratos is quiet this turn by me. No raiding. Still building up the corpse construct fleet. Let's see. Got 30 here now, so this is what, 6 times 6? What's that, 36 a turn? So that's pretty good output for troops. Just, you know, continuing our transition into a gold-free, or well, not gold-free, but a non-gold army. Our gold income is starting to get a bit choked out now. We only have 2,000 free income. Let's take a look at graphs. So, for a long time our provinces haven't been going up. We've been doing a lot of fighting back and forth. But this graph doesn't really tell the story. We've been taking forts the whole time. So while we're trading, a lot of it's temporary raiding while our main army stacks are moving on forts. Yeah. I don't think it quite reflects in our income because we have some amount of unrest in our land, so even though we're making a bit of gains, the unrest is countering it for now. Gem income is similar. Research, Dominion, troops, ascension points. Alright, is there anything else? Doing mine hunts. 83, 83, 107. Okay, so 2 mine hunts on this. 107. Trying to hit this commander. If we can mine hunt this commander, these troops just run off the field and it's a free win. Basically mine hunting him so I don't have to worry about predicting his movements and such. But we do have a Melqart coming here, unscripted. That's whoopsies. Trying to predict the movements of this little raiding squad so we can kill it. Here we have... who's coming here? This guy. We are not patrolling this fort though. Nope. Anyone staying here? We have a Bane coming here. That's a little risky. He could die. So I guess Atlantis could attack here or here and get out, or here. And yeah, he can smack those corpse constructs. Okay, so any other interesting crafting rituals? We're working our way up the nature tree, nature axis now. So this is pretty important. We're swapping. Why are we getting enchantment 7? golems? Do we have the astral income for golems? I don't know. Anyways, right now, what we're actually looking at is Gift of Nature's Bounty. In effect, I guess this gives up to 200% bonus gold income, depending on your candles. And that's a game-winning ritual for like a medium-sized game like this, where you're large power. It can easily double our income when it goes up. So if we do the Horite example, you know, we can just dump well, like 1500 gold and just, I don't know, just get an absurd amount. You can basically recruit like hundreds and hundreds of Horites a turn and just overwhelm the map with pressure with that global. So you still have open slots to do it. Let's see, this is Nature 4 base. I don't recall if I showed getting this hero, but we got him only a couple turns ago in the game. The Nature axis is huge for Hinnom. It's really good. It gives Gift of Health access. Nature's Bounty is also good. It opens up doing... where is it? Fairy Court is an option as well for air access. Yeah. So we need Nature 7. So this guy is Nature 4 plus 2. So let's show the item. This gives 2 nature bonus instead of the 1 for the Thistle Mace. So we need 1 more nature. I think we have a Ring of Wizardry. Oh god. Gosh, I swear, one turn I'm gonna sort this in the game. It's hopefully soon. Oh, maybe it's equipped on someone. Not there. We're rebirthing a hero. We have 1 of 3 heroes. This is a fire random. And we're getting back our astral random guys. Getting back the astral ones are good for counter thugging. I can show it next episode, but the chassis is not amazing, but it has, you know, it has HP. And as long as you're the one teleporting in, you know, you can control the fight you're taking, so like astral dudes could handle counter thugging or counter raiding duties. So we're finally reviving some of our dead Melqarts. Cool. Might not have a Ring of Wizardry. Been so long since I've played this. Doesn't look like it. I think that covers this episode. We do have really strong gem income as a thing. Lots of nature income to get that Gift of Nature's Bounty up. We are forging Sea King's goblets. Do we have any yet? We have 1. So we're thinking about, for the last throne we need, to go into Atlantis and take this fort. Incidentally, a lot of the troop summons we're getting are amphibious, so corpse constructs, vine ogres, and claymen are all amphibious or amphibians. So we can bring the siege chaff to crack the fort, but we do need the water breathing help to get our Dawn Guard down, or Avites or Horites. The troop summons we're getting off of gems aren't good combat troops, they're more siege chaff, so we still need the national troops to handle fighting in the melees. Alright, I think that covers this episode. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.